Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Oh, cracking a cold one. Happy WrestleMania weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, I just cracked a nice, delicious Zoa white peach, sugar-free, zero sugar. Here's to all of you. Cheers. I'm drinking one for you. Nice and crisp. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am KMB, the sexy ninja, for C Plus Studios and the Paper Saber universe. And this is the New World Podcast, brother. And you know what we're covering. We're covering SmackDown. March 31st, 2023. They're in LA, baby. Corey Graves and Cole. On the commentary, what a way to kick off the show with the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Such a great promo between these two. Sami laying the seeds of doubt, especially the J. You know, that's what I really like. And it's just blood over loyalty. You know, that's what the Usos picked. This is why they're with Roman. And that's what Sami Zayn made a good point to where I was like, damn, you picked loyalty. I mean, you picked blood over loyalty. And loyalty for me, like from a story standpoint, from somebody who thrives for the hero, somebody who understands this statement more than anything. I have my brothers. I have my homies. We're not blood, but there's loyalty there, you know. Yes, family's important, but loyalty is one of those things where it's very important. God, I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just too excited. Important. It's so important, y'all. It's so important. But that really came across strong. The seeds of doubt in Jay's head. More of, go check out my picks and predictions for WrestleMania weekend. Go check it out right now. That's out. Check it out before the show. We got Stand and Deliver today. So much going on. But I feel like this was a strong way to start the show. Big fatal four-way. Montez Ford versus Ricochet versus Chad Gable versus Eric. They tore the house down. Great spots. Ricochet for the win. Man, there's this great suplex that Chad does that just got me out of my seat and made my butthole clench. I was like, God damn, it was so smooth. He's the Mattician, the magic man. Oh my goodness. When he, I watched that spot over and over because it was just flawless. It was like, I was like, oh, Chad, you deserve the world. You deserve the world, and I'm glad that you're at least going to be on WrestleMania with this big Fatal 4-Way tag team match, this showcase match. Great stuff. I want to talk about this, though. This is the big one I want to talk about. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Bobby Lashley won. I'm for that, but I'm not for that. I thought LA Knight should win. Usually they use this to point out the next superstar on the rise. I kind of feel like they gave it to Bobby because he doesn't have his WrestleMania match with Bray Wyatt. That just went and fizzled out like crazy. It's not even a thing. But there was a few things that came out of this. Okay, I felt LA Knight should have won this, but I'm okay with Bobby Lashley winning this. Okay, there was a digital exclusive, a backstage interview, and Bobby looks a little disappointed. And he says, I've been training hard for WrestleMania. Hard H. Hard for WrestleMania. But things were on the table. Now they're off the table. A little bit of realism there. And I could just tell in Bobby's face. Bobby just was like, yeah, I won. You know, who doubted it? But it was a great thing after that was posted on social media where he comes out and he's like, hey, if you had any doubts I was going to win that, you shouldn't have doubted. But I'm free all weekend. I'm free. So he issues a challenge out there. And there's been rumors of LA Knight taking on Bobby at WrestleMania. So I'm wondering, either tonight or tomorrow night, Bobby comes out. He's like, yo, I'm here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Who's going to come out? And LA Knight comes out. I'm like, okay, at least LA got on the card. And he's got to face Bobby Lashley. But I could tell in Bobby's face. Bobby's just like, all right. I won the Andre Memorial Battle. I did business. That's what it came down to. I did business. Ray made LDF into LWO, the Latino World Order. Those shirts that were handed out were beautiful. I was like, oh, that's such a cool moment, especially when he's handing out the shirts, and saying like, hey, thank you for always having my back. They're all like, yo, no, you're a legend, this and that. Ray looking great with that mask and that suit, looking sexy as ever. But it's just a great moment for all of them. The LWO, that's so cool, man. That made me happy. That made me that just made the world right there for me. It was just these little moments in SmackDown. Like the overall show was just made me happy to realize we're here in LA. It's WrestleMania time. Let's do this. Great. The Hall of Fame was last night as well. Great Hall of Fame. I would say the meats and potatoes is when Ray finally got up there. And he's, shaking hands. Dominic and Rhea are just like, and Damian Priest. Oh, man. It was just so freaking fantastic just to see Dominic and Rhea like, whatever. Looking sharp in their outfits, Rhea Ripley looking gorgeous. But it was really cool to see some faces in the crowd, too, for the Hall of Fame, all the legends and whatnot. It was just a good night for everybody, man. Stacy Keibler, Andy Kaufman, everyone that got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Much love, much respect, especially to Rey Mysterio, who's been in this game for a long time, and he deserves the world. But we still got to do business. Because we had Dominic and Rhea walk out on his Hall of Fame speech. But Rey, he took that like a G because he's such a pro. He says, tomorrow night, I'll handle business. And that crowd went, woo! I went, woo. I was like, oh, Ray, I see you, Ray. I see you. We had a tag team match with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus Imperium. Sheamus and Drew won. This was a fun match, but there's a lot of heat between these two, a lot of quick tags, a lot of things going on. And this is just building to the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, which I know and you know is going to be a banger, bro. So, I like the drama between these two, and I like that Gunther is watching, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna let these two kill each other, and I'm gonna take the spoils of the war and walk out still your Intercontinental Champion. So building up to that, we had another match with Natalya versus Shayna versus Raquel Rodriguez and Sonya Deville. Raquel for the win. This, like I said, this is when you know it's WrestleMania season. This is when you know it's the night before, because every single match on this card, everyone brought it. Every promo, everyone brought it to the level because they're like, we can't fuck around anymore. It's here. WrestleMania is here. We got to bring everything. We got to keep the fans entertained. And that's why, like in the Andre, the Battle Royale itself was entertaining. It was fun. There were some great freaking spots, man. Like I had such a blast. Those usually those type of things. Even on AEW, they had one for the tag team before Revolution. And it was just like, okay, a lot of chaos. Everyone's trying to figure out what's going on. But this one, they just had some really great spots throughout it. And I know I'm going backwards, but I'm just saying, like that's what I meant about tonight, especially with Natalya, Shayna, and Raquel and Sonya. They brought it. They brought it to the level to tell you, like, hey, you need to see our match. And I'm like, yes, I will be there. I'll be there. Ticket in hand. Well, not really. Imaginary ticket. Maybe a chicken wing in hand as I dunk it into the ranch and I watch WrestleMania. Now, the big one, the final face-to-face. I like this one. I like this a lot between Roman and Cody. Roman not saying much, but Cody taking a shot at Roman, saying like, "Oh, you come in here." He said, "You laid your titles, and you're like, I'm not the guy." Blah, blah, blah. Millions of dollars were invested in you for, 10, 11 years. And it took you 8 to finally be the guy. And I was like, dude. He goes, "What do you want to do, cowboy? Shooting from the hip? Huh?" And I was like, "Oh, Cody, you son of a bitch." I love you. I was just like, damn, all right. It is true. They invested so much into Roman. And if you go back to older podcasts, especially, like, I hated Roman because he was getting shoved down our throats. But if you actually, like, go back and watch the evolution of Roman Reigns, it's crazy because they tried and tried and tried and tried. He was in that Royal Rumble, one faces all. Triple H won. He got WrestleMania after WrestleMania. Then finally, just something clicked when he got with Paul Heyman and became this version, the Tribal Chief. And I love Roman Reigns now more than ever, and the fact that Cody pointed out, it's just surreal for these two gentlemen, these two performers, and how far they've come in the business. Because when Cody was here, Cody had some great stuff on and off, then became Stardust and took off and blew up in the indie world and, created AEW and everything like that, and came back here to be who he is now, one of the top superstars in the industry, and Roman going through all that with cancer and this and that. So as much, and I hear people say, like, Cody shouldn't be the one to dethrone Roman. I think Roman has done enough, and what Roman did on SmackDown, I fucking loved it. He's like, LA, I ain't got time for you. And he looks at Cody and he tells him, acknowledge me. Drops the mic, and I'm like, you could feel it. And these two are just looking at each other, and I'm just like, there you go. That's how you send off the viewer, the watcher, the audience, the mark, K and B, to be like, it's here. I'm ready. I give this show a solid 5 out of 5. I had such a good time. A few things I had to rewatch, especially Chad Gable. That go check it out during their big Fatal 4-Way, man. There's just this one suplex he does. It's just flawless. Like, I think he goes from a roll-up to boom. And I was like, yeah. But overall, 5 out of 5. I thought it was a good send-off. The Hall of Fame was fun. Great speeches and everything like that. But my favorite part of the Hall of Fame was Dominic and Rhea. Oh, before I go, there was another great, like digital exclusive with Rhea and Dominic, where Dominic's like eating crunchy crunch cereal or whatever, cinnamon toast crunch cereal, and he's like, "Oh, look at that! Oh, what is this guy with a little mask on? This and that." And he's like eating. He's like, "Oh, it's so good, mommy." And Rhea grabs the cereal and it shows Ray on the box. And Dominic's like, "I've lost my appetite." It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to share the experience afterwards when we watch this show tonight and tomorrow. Then we got Raw. Just a big weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Go get yourself some merch from the RT Public Store. Get yourself that nWp logo. I'm wearing their sweatshirt right now. It's banging. Tell me what you thought. Are you excited for WrestleMania? I'm very happy with anybody and everybody that comments on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram. Good or bad, let's have a conversation. And remember this. Remember this. Take out a piece of paper and write this down. Share it with your grandma. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. Now, two sweet signs up. Remember, now this is the important one. The New World Podcast is for life.
Cody Rhodes
Acknowledge me.